Hello, Grapperinos, and welcome to another exciting episode of Probably Next Week on Smackdown. I'm Bryon, and once again joined by a man who is excited to see his favorite wrestler, Jelly Roll, hit the ring and do some graps. Mike, say hello, Mike.
Do you think that Jelly Roll will be worse or better than David Flair?
Oh, I'm sure he'll do some moves. I think he's training with like Logan Paul and I don't think it's the Undertaker, but it's like one other guy. So I'm pretty sure
Okay.
he's going to be able to do some. He can do some
Some
graps.
moves.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's going to be like Pat McAfee and just bust out like a top rope moonsault out of nowhere.
yeah.
You know,
That'll probably be the case. Yeah,
that'd be kind of nuts.
it would be. Yes, Jelly Roll would be a pretty decent competitor. I would say he would be much better than David Flair. Although I don't think it takes much to be better than David Flair, honestly. but
I want to remind you that David Flair in kayfabe had Stacy Keibler as a girlfriend and managed to lose her. Like talk about a generational bag fumble. That is a generational bag fumble.
How did that happen? How did that
It's
happen?
a bit complicated. He got he basically got cucked somehow.
Did his dad say that doesn't work for me, brother? And was like, okay, I'm just gonna. Uh, well, anyway, enough about WCW in the year 2000. This is 2025, and we are talking about SmackDown, the next episode of SmackDown premiering this Friday. And what can I say? It's gonna be a road to SummerSlam that you will probably forget in a couple weeks after that. And we are going to book the next episode of SmackDown, given some rules that we have instated. Is that even a word? I don't know. For ourselves. And you should probably know the rules by now. We've been doing this for quite a bit. But in case you have not, here they are. And after we have locked in our predictions and bookings for the next episode, we are going to watch the next episode of SmackDown. And we are going to give you our points based on how we did in our predictions and how we booked things using this patented scoring system. And there you go. That's what it is. Moving to the scores from last week, I think I had a really good week. 7.5 for me, just going over the things. And I think it was because of the competitors. The fact that I think I had the winner of a match correct. I mean, I was on fire with mine. And on the flip side, I think he got 2 points.
Yeah, I had a pretty weak week again because of Evolution and predicting the wrong outcomes for Evolution. I did get the tag team championships rights. That happened. Or not the championships, but the number one contender for the championship right, which was Andrade and Ray Phoenix, and that's where my points came from. But everything else was completely wrong.
Yeah. I mean, even with that, you still have an 11-point lead, so, or 10.5, I should say. So,
I would like
Yeah.
to point something out about SmackDown recently. Tiffany Stratton has really not appeared all that much, like recently.
I don't think Jade Cargill has also appeared since Evolution, so
Yeah, I mean, like the last 3 weeks, she really hasn't jumped to SmackDown at all.
yeah.
All
What
that
are you
much,
trying to
anyway.
say? What are you trying to
I
say
don't know.
about
I'm
Road
just
Dogg?
like, I'm just being a little like, I don't know. I'm just like,
You're just observing?
I'm just being an observer, noticer,
Oh,
noticing.
interesting. you just see Tiffany Stratton is not in the show and like, okay. Road Dogg might be up to something.
Maybe.
But I think no, Tiffany Stratton was on the show. I think it was just she was on a video with Jade. And that was the promo.
Oh yeah, she was in a
segment.
vignette. Yeah, she was in a vignette.
Yeah, she was in a vignette, yes.
Okay.
But who knows? Maybe she'll be in the ring. I don't know. But let's take a look at the announced matches, which are as follows: the Wyatt Sicks versus Ray Phoenix and Andrade for the Tag Team Championships. We also have Alexa Bliss and Roxanne Perez battling it out. And then we have Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Jelly Roll all in one. Whoopee! So exciting. And with that, let's book this thing and start off with my version of the show, as always. Well, we'll start out with this. Oh, God. We're going to have Randy Orton come out with everyone's favorite wrestler, Jelly Roll. And they're going to say some stuff about their match at SummerSlam. And Jelly Roll's going to bust some moves. Randy Orton is also going to bust some moves. He's going to get Logan Paul with that RKO. And, or I don't know, Jelly Roll might get Logan Paul with some other move. I don't know what Jelly Roll's going to do. Probably a choke slam. Who knows, but they say that their match is going to be cool and that they will beat Drew and Logan because they are crybabies and they need to be put on sleep. I don't know. Something like that. And they're going to reference that segment from a late night show. In case you have not watched that segment, it's basically a segment where Jelly Roll throws Logan Paul onto a table, I think. Or Drew McIntyre, either one. Basically, Jelly Roll does a choke slam on a table. And that was about it. The rest was just like, trailer trash, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. And they'll make a reference to that for sure, I guess. They then get interrupted by Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre saying that, I don't know, Jelly Roll isn't a wrestler and he doesn't deserve the match. He just needed the money. He's down on his luck and he thinks that going on SummerSlam might save his career, his legacy, and his money. And, well, I don't know if Drew would be doing this, but I think he's gonna try to throw in some sort of comment about Jelly Roll, saying like Jelly Roll needs a workout or something, or he needed a workout, so that's why he's doing this match and doing SummerSlam. And that sort of angers Orton, and there's a brawl that happens. And instead of having Jelly Roll and Randy Orton on top this time, we're going to have the other side be on top because I love 50-50 booking. And yeah, it's going to be something chaotic, brawl around the ring, maybe outside the ring, something like that. And yeah, I really do not care about this match. But I don't know. I guess that's that. Moving on to Stephanie Vaquer versus Piper Niven. This happened because on Raw, the Secret Hervis and Chelsea Green attacked Stephanie Vaquer during her match with Io Sky. And since Stephanie Vaquer took on Alva Fire, it would make sense for her to go after Piper Niven, the other half of the Secret Service, or Hervis, I should say. And we're going to have Stephanie Vaquer win by pinfall, and post-match attack by Chelsea and the Secret Hervis. And we're going to have it be saved by one, Nikki Bella. I think this might go into another tag team match, I guess, between Stephanie, Nikki, and the Secret Hervis. Or they could go to Chelsea Green versus Stephanie Vaquer at SummerSlam if they need a match or something. But yeah, I think this will happen, and this would be great for Nikki Bella to insert herself into, I guess. And yeah, that's about it. Moving on to Jacob Fatu having a promo as he goes into the ring. Talks about his match at SummerSlam and makes fun of the fact that Solo Sikoa got arrested, which is not a thing I predicted, nor did anyone predict that, but Solo Sikoa got arrested. And says that he will beat Solo Sikoa even if he has to go through his goons at SummerSlam in a steel cage match, and he will reclaim the US Championship. And then the rest of Solo's faction show up, say that they will save Solo Sikoa, and they will help him keep his US title because they love Solo. They are his MFTs. and whatever. And Jacob Fatu just continues to say some stuff about the MFTs, say that they're weak ass, and that he is all gas, no brakes. None of them can stop him. And we have a little bit of a brawl. And then we have Jimmy Uso come in for a save for Jacob Fatu. However, both of them get beat up because it's 3v2. And they get speared through the barricades, get thrown in tables, all of that. And we're going to have the MFTs go on top as we build up more for the match. And it's not a match, so Jacob Fatu can take a loss here, I guess. And because of the numbers and all that, you need to find an equalizer. As we move on from that to Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez. I'm going to have Roxanne Perez win by pinfall because she's a champion. Also, 50-50 booking. We need to make the champions look strong, even though they lost to No, not Chelsea Green, sorry. They lost to Charlotte Flair. So, 50-50 booking, and that will lead to their match at SummerSlam for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And from that, we go to Aleister Black versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, you might think it's random. However, it's random for a reason, because we're going to have Aleister Black be attacked before the match even starts by Damian Priest. He's going to be attacked by Damian Priest. And after the beatdown, he gets on the mic and says, "I found you, pendejo. And I want your ass at SummerSlam." And that's it. If they want another match at SummerSlam, I guess we'll do Aleister Black versus Damian Priest. Or maybe even in the go-home show. But we're not going to have it be announced on the show. We're just going to have Damian Priest says, "I want you at SummerSlam. I found you, pendejo. And I want you to face me. And I will beat the crap out of you." And that's it. We move on to a Cody Rhodes promo. And Cody Rhodes says the usual about Cena, that he hates the fans. Cody Rhodes doesn't hate the fans. And he will do everything he can to bring back the championship to the fans and the people by any means necessary. And that he will use every tool at his disposal to get the title. Now, I say this because we could, as much as Randy Orton could turn heel, I think there could be the case where Cody Rhodes might also turn heel. So we might plant the sort of suggestion that he will use every tool at his disposal and that he will not hesitate against John Cena to basically gain that title back. And again, people are discussing that there might be a possibility that a double turn might happen at SummerSlam, where Cody Rhodes turns heel and John Cena turns into a face. But I don't know. That's just speculation at this point. But to get the fans sort of questioning their predictions or whatever, I think we'll just throw in some seeds in there that he might turn heel. And there you go. We'll just keep the fans suspenseful about whether or not Cody Rhodes turns heel. Or whether or not Cena turns face. Who knows? But that's it. No Cena. Because I don't think he's advertised for this episode. So I'm not going to put him in there. And then we end with the Tag Team Championship match as the Wyatt Sicks go up against Rey Fenix and Andrade. Wyatt Sicks win by pinfall. And we're going to have Smackdown end with the rest of the tag teams beating up Wyatt Sicks. And they can't. So the Wyatt Sicks are on top. That's it. Any questions?
So you have Stephanie Vaquer coming over to SmackDown?
Yeah. Well, we're breaking the first rule anyway because they're breaking the rule anyway. But yeah,
true. They haven't breaking the rules recently.
Yeah. Yeah, Stephanie Vaquer. I mean, Piper Niven is like a SmackDown superstar, so, or wrestler, whatever you want to call it. So, I mean, they've been doing this for other things. I mean, for God's sakes, Alba Fire was on Raw, so.
True.
And Chelsea Green. So, yeah. Stephanie Vaquer is not going to SmackDown, by the way. I do not. I think she's staying on Raw. But for this case, for this feud, if you can even call it a feud, yeah, I guess it demands a SmackDown match.
Since do you think Uncle Howdy? Do you think Uncle Howdy goes for a belt at any point in the near future? U.S. title.
I think they're just going to take it slow. I mean, they're measuring how far people are willing to take the Wyatt Sicks tag team championships, so I think they're going to test that first. And then once fans are like comfortable with it, then yes, I do see an Uncle Howdy push. But the fact that there are so many mid-carders on Raw, and the fact that I think SmackDown needs a mid-card as well, like their mid-card needs beefing up, then yes. I mean, once the tag team situation is sorted, then yes, they will push Uncle Howdy. But yeah, I mean the mid card needs it anyway, so might as well.
All right.
Well, if there's nothing else, we'll move on to your card.
Okay. So my card starts off with a Cody Rhodes promo. Cody comes out and addresses what happened last week. He said that he has a street fight at SummerSlam with John Cena. Nick Aldis then comes out, and he's like, Cody, you can't sign Cena's contract with him while he's unconscious. It's not legally binding. And John is unable to compete at SummerSlam. Cody asks him why. Aldis says it's above his pay grade. Cody hams it up to the crowd a little bit, and he says, all right, brother, that doesn't work for me. No. He says that these people want to see Cody take on John Cena at SummerSlam. So he says, Nick, I'm going to give you until the end of the show to give these people a reason why John Cena can't perform at SummerSlam. And then he exits the ring.
That's an interesting little hook. But, okay.
It is.
So, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
And the reason this makes sense to me is because last week when Cody put Cena through the table, I'm not saying Cody turns heel, but I think they're starting to very slowly build up Cody's like psycho arc almost. Like they're turning him into this like he's going off the deep end a little bit. You know, he's kind of going off the deep end, being a little bit unhinged. So,
well, I think it already started during his title reign, like when he had the title and he went up against Kevin Owens before all of that got turned upside down with, you know, the WrestleMania match. But anyway, okay, interesting little hook. Would you say that, you know what, I'll just keep it until the end. But anyway, all right, we'll move on.
Moving on, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez. This is another follow-up from last week. I think Roxanne wins via roll-up thanks to distraction from Dom. I think they do want to plant the seeds for another homewrecker arc between Roxanne Perez and Dominic Mysterio. And that continues Dominic's cycle where he hooks up with someone, costs his ex the title. Then his current hookup gets injured, preferably in the leg or the back, and then hooks up with another woman, and the cycle repeats.
I mean,
somewhere in there are attendees as well. Somewhere in that cycle.
That's true. Or nuggies. I mean,
or nuggies. I prefer tendies as well. I'm trying to get away from tendies, but if I have my tendies, I have them grilled now.
Oh,
I have them grilled.
Yes. I didn't know you could grill chicken tendies, but okay.
I mean, tendies are just the meat. It's just the tender is a cut of meat of the chicken. So,
okay,
you can grill tendies. Yeah.
I mean, I keep saying Chelsea Green. I want to Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez already started speaking for Dominic Mysterio back on Raw. So, yeah, she is the homewrecker in this relationship for sure.
She's the third level homewrecker.
The third level, yes.
She's the homewrecker of the homewrecker.
Yeah. Well, they all thought Liv was dead, so there could be a time when Liv comes back and they were like, "Oh my God, I thought you were dead," and Liv is like, "What the hell? What the hell are you doing, Dom? Why are you with this woman?"
I have to say, I've been loving AJ's arc of just stalking Dominic Mysterio,
Oh yeah.
where he just like pops out from the background. And he's like, "Hello, bitch."
I mean, I think Dom versus AJ is going to be a great match. And I think that if they want to go full on just comedy match where Dom tries to run away from AJ the whole entire match, but AJ just keeps dragging him back, I'm all for it. I think it's going to be a great match for sure. And I am also loving AJ in this feud. He's great. Great wrestler too.
Yes.
Moving on to
Carmelo Hayes and Aleister Black. This is from last week, where Aleister Black caused a DQ loss for Carmelo Hayes because he attacked Damian Priest. And I think that he wants a rematch. He wants to fight Aleister Black because of that. And I think that we have kind of a similar situation here where Damian tries to interfere, but Aleister is able to win. Maybe like Carmelo Hayes gets in Damian's face and he's like, "Bro, what are you doing here? Like, it's my match. Get the fuck out of here." And then Aleister like rolls him up, or he hits him with a finisher, surprisingly, and hits him with the pinfall. I think this leads to a 3-way at SummerSlam. Why we needed to have Carmelo Hayes in this feud, probably because we needed to give him something to do.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I like Carmelo Hayes, but it just seems kind of weird that they're just like, "Yeah, fucking just throw him in there," I guess.
He's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, for God's sake. We gotta do
the previous
something.
Andre the Giant Battle Royale winner is no longer with the company, so doesn't mean a whole lot.
What a great name. Andre the Giant is just rolling in his grave.
It's a very cursed trophy.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know about the triple threat. I mean, I think Carmelo Hayes just put in that situation because they had a wheel of people and they spun the wheel and it landed on Carmelo Hayes. So they're like, okay, we're gonna put Carmelo Hayes in for Aleister Black, I guess. Oh, yeah.
It's like Raw roulette, but instead of a bra and panties match, it's people that need to fight Aleister Black.
Someone went to my GM and was just like, okay, or Universe Mode, and was just like, I don't know. Okay, yeah, there you go. We got Carmelo Hayes, I guess. Okay. I don't think I've asked you this, but who do you think wins the feud between Aleister and Damian? Where do you think this leads?
Probably. I'm gonna say probably Aleister Black. I think honestly, I think they want to make him into a mid carder. I think they want him to be. I mean, SmackDown has a decent mid card. I mean, you have Carmelo Hayes, Aleister Black, Damian Priest.
Drew.
You have Drew. Drew's more of an upper card guy, honestly. And then hopefully Uncle Howdy eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad mid card for. Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, you know.
Yeah.
So
not bad. Yeah, not bad mid card. For sure. Okay. Moving on to
you have a Jade Cargill promo. Jade is going to talk about Tiffany Stratton. She puts herself over, and she is interrupted by Bianca Belair, who comes out and wishes her good luck. And I think Bianca ends up turning heel, or not turning heel, but betrays her at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that betrayal.
I can see that coming from a mile away.
Yeah,
I can see that coming from a mile away. Yeah.
What Trips be like? Oh yeah, why don't I have them appear to be betraying each other, but actually they're not. They're still friends at the end.
They're still friends.
They're still friends. Despite that little, I mean, Bailey and Lyra are still friends, even after the fact that they got put in a triple threat match. Still friends. So, you know, Jade and Bianca still be friends, even after all that. So
it's like Finn Balor. 1 week they're fighting, and then the next week they're like, "It's all good, guys. We're all friends."
Hell yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And I assume you're saying that Jade Cargill will be put over Bianca in this feud?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, I think she is.
I think so too. Moving on to
We have Jacob Fatu.
Listen, it's hard. It's hard to put a picture of 3 of the MFTs. All right, so I had to come up with an
I love how it's
easy.
off center too. Is the spaced?
I mean, it can't be. Yeah, I can't put the no sign over Tala Tonga or Bingo Bongo or
That's
whoever that guy is.
So I think it's Jimmy Uso, Jacob Fatu versus the MF. What does MFT even stand for, by the way? Did we figure that out?
I looked it up and it says My Family Tree.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, so it's these two versus MFTs, which could either be Bingo Bongo and Zingo Mongo, or Billy Bob Thornton and I don't know who the fuck is in this damn group.
NWO Bloodline. Wah.
Jakku Fatu.
Jakku Fatu. DJ Cactus. Jack.
DJ Mapenga, yeah, I don't know.
DJ Mapenga. I love that guy. He's the best member.
So, yeah, it's every time Solo loses a match, he just goes back to American Samoa, just picks some dude up off the street, and he's like, "All right,
you're my MFT now." Yeah,
like the Soviet Union, where you just throw bodies at a problem, except it's all Samoan men. Okay. I think Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso win here for 50-50 booking. Though I just learned from you. Actually, no, wait, never mind. It's Jay Uso, not Jimmy Uso, my bad. Yeah, so Jimmy Uso, Jacob Fatu go over here for 50-50 booking, I think. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I have a long card today because I think I have a lot of promo sections and they're pretty short. So
yeah. Did you get inspired by Vince Russo to write this card?
No, I just kind of was like, all right, I'm gonna put out a lot this week and see if I do better because I did really bad last week, so I need to go all out and predict a lot of stuff.
The soul of Eric Bischoff inhabited your soul. Okay. Do you think Jacob Fatu wins the U.S. Championship?
No, I think Solo keeps it for a while because he actually is really funny and people like him.
Okay. But do you see Jacob Fatu still sort of in this MFT sort of situation?
I do. Maybe he takes it back. Maybe he takes it back once and then loses it to like a Uncle Howdy or someone before he gets moved up the card. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that would also make sense for sure. But considering the mid card, I do think that Jacob Fatu still needs to kind of hold down the mid card a little bit, at least until the mid card is good enough for him to move up. But yeah. All right, moving on.
We have the Randy Orton jelly. I really can't take him. I mean, I know you've been like, working, but I really can't. It really looks like the photo. You know that photo of like I don't think it's Drake, but it's someone who looks like Drake in the Oklahoma City Thunder locker room, and it's like who invited my man Blood. Blood thinks he's on the team.
Like this is what I imagine from this photo.
Bro, he's the only one that's smiling. The rest of them are just serious, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm Jelly Roll."
Blood. Who invited my man Blood to the team? But I'm willing to see what he has in his bag. I mean, I said the same thing. I was wrong. I said the same thing about Pat McAfee, and that man busted out a moonsault from the top rope.
He did, yeah.
So I think that Drew McIntyre comes out with Logan Paul. They sort of rib on Jelly Roll, saying he isn't a wrestler. He's basically a 2v1 match here.
Randy comes out to confront them with Jelly Roll. Turns into a brawl. And then Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre are on top.
So,
50-50 booking, baby.
Yes. But who do you think wins this match? Considering you care about this match, first of all.
You know, either way, this is kind of
inconsequential.
Well, I mean, you can say that Randy can take a loss, but also Logan can take a loss because no one
Yeah.
gives a fuck about Logan. I think Jelly Roll and Randy Orton win this one, and I think it's Randy that ends up getting the pinfall, and I think it's Logan that takes the pinfall
Okay.
because no one gives a fuck if he loses. Nobody cares. He's part-time anyway.
Right, but what if they announce a Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul match at Clash in Paris or something?
Then I'm gonna start watching AEW. Big Boom AJ. Say what you want, but that man is super over every time I see his matches on the pre-show. Like, the crowd gets like hype for him.
He does, yeah.
The crowd gets so into it. Like, boom, boom. It's so loud. And I'm like, damn, this is the pre-show. And they're going
the pre-show,
nuts.
That's wild.
It is.
He even has Big Justice and
dude, Big
the
Justice
Riddler
busting up the spear and the Riddler gets the crowd going nuts, man. On the pre-show, and I'm like, they gotta move this guy up because the crowd goes nuts for them.
Yeah. No, I mean it kind of helps that Big Boom AJ was a wrestler, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how far they're gonna take this Big Boom AJ over there at AEW, but if he does, show up in like the lower card, maybe the mid card even, like he'd be decent. He'd be okay at it, I guess. But it kind of depends upon how far they're gonna take it. But
yes.
Anyway, so the world champion in AEW is okay. You know what? We'll get there when you start watching. Every Wednesday, Mike. Every Wednesday. Okay. Well, we'll move on from that too.
The Wyatt Sicks versus Ray Phoenix and Andrade. Wyatt Sicks win here. And I think they start a relatively long reign as tag team champions.
Okay.
They win by a pinfall? Yes.
Yeah, they win by a pinfall. Right. I mean, I got nothing to say here.
may or may not be have interference from El Grande Americano.
Oh. I don't think so. I think Wyatt Sicks can manage on their own.
It's more of Grande Americano hating luchadors.
Oh yeah, he spots a luchador and it's like, okay, well, I guess I gotta be on this match right now.
Deported. They should like his finisher. I mean, I know it's Ludwig Kaiser, so, but they should have his finisher be Three Amigos, but instead name it like the deportation flag or something.
He points at them and goes deportado. But
nice.
I won't believe Ludwig. I won't believe it's Ludwig until they unmask him. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
All right. Fine.
I won't believe it.
Okay.
But anyway, who do you think is next after Ray Phoenix? I think I've already asked this, but whatever. I'll throw it in.
Probably gonna be Fraxium. Yeah, Fraxium.
Yeah. Does this mean that the Wyatt Sicks are heels? I mean,
I think they're tweeners still.
Yeah.
They're undefined.
I mean, they did go up against Street Profits, who are kind of... Are they heel?
Street Profits are heel, yes. Sort of.
Okay, sure. Whatever. Okay, moving on to...
And then finally, finish up with the aforementioned Cody Rhodes promo. He comes out, he confronts Nick Aldis. Aldis says, listen, Cody, I can't really say. And Cody gets a little heated. Cody actually threatens him. And Aldis is like, all right, brother, fine. You know what? It all I can tell you is it came from up top. Up top meeting TKO. And then Cody is like, okay. All right.
You bastard. You bastard.
That's how the show ends.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. You're riding The Rock again into this, aren't you?
Because that's That's what The Rock wants to do. He wants to write himself back into this.
And then pull himself out of it at the very last second, because that's how he is.
That or keep it ambiguous.
I mean, who else? Like, the audience doesn't know a lot about the TKO board of directors besides The Rock. So, like, who else can it be? You know what I'm saying?
Chance. I would lose my shit.
Vince?
I would lose my fucking marbles if that happened, man. I would openly like break a table if that happened.
You're gonna face me, Cody. It's you and me at SummerSlam.
I'm pretty sure if anyone touched Vince, he would just shatter into a million pieces. He's like 80 years old, isn't he?
He's got muscles, though.
That's true.
He's still got muscles.
True.
What a
He's
guy.
got muscles and a very short mustache.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen his mustache. It's like in between a large mustache and a Hitler mustache. It's like in between. The length is like in between the two. It's not quite Tito stash because it's like kind of thick, but it's also not a Hitler mustache because it's too long. Okay. It's very weird.
I would describe it more as like a bad guy from the 1800s kind of a mustache. You know what I'm saying? It kind of has that vibe. You know, he's like a not a Dr. Evil type, but like a James Bond villain kind of type. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're just saying yes to agree with me. Great. No, okay, so where do you think this leads then? Because it could go to, as I said, The Rock. But is that where your mind is at? Or are you saying that John Cena is going to fight Cody at Paris instead? And we're just going to have Cody Rhodes go up against someone else?
Because I think it does happen at SummerSlam. Because I don't think that the WWE is that incompetent that they'll pull a fucking WCW from the year 2000. drug pull their audience,
bro.
That Cody Rhodes is fighting John Cena at SummerSlam. I don't think they're gonna do that. It's not gonna happen.
Listen, bro.
We've learned from those mistakes.
Listen, bro. It happened in the 90s. We could do it again.
I can't believe they would do that. I can't like people would come see those shows, and then they do a promo where like, I'm not fighting tonight because I know that you want to take it off me, so I'm not gonna fight. And I'm like, bro, people fucking paid to come see this shit. What do you mean you know?
False advertising does not exist. Therefore, I'm not fighting. Goodbye.
So I think what happens basically is like this is John Cena trying to pull strings, and then Cody gets like almost like an R-Truth type like vibe going, and then eventually like next week they have to relent, and then John Cena has to fight Cody in a street fight at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This I think is to get John Cena a little more heat, you know?
Yeah.
So
I see. Alright. Well, I guess that's about it. With that, we will see what Smackdown brings this Friday. And as I said earlier, we will tally up our predictions and bookings. And we will give you our points next week. Until then, thank you so much for ordering a blue cheese pizza called Probably Next Week from SmackDown. On SmackDown. From Grapperinos. And remember, if you're down for some crispy, oven-baked, fresh, whatever you want to call it, wrestling content, and stop on by Grapperinos and order yourself some content you can grapple with. See you next time, Grapperinos.